Hi, I hope you're doing good. All right, so let's get to the bra cap today, okay? I want us to look at drafting the patterns for the bra cap. It's very easy, but then I just want us to go through it, okay? We are done with the patterns itself. We are going to be cutting and then start joining them in some few hours or days. It's very intentional that I've taken my time with the class. I'm not rushing it, okay? I'm just taking my time to actually follow it to actually organize it or do it slowly. Okay, so just take and stay with me. We will definitely finish with this and then you can have all the videos at once. Okay, thank you so much. So let's go ahead and draft the patterns for this top. Okay, so before we start, you can use any of these masking tape or paper sellotape, you may call it, but due to time I'm not going to use a small one. I'm just going to use this one here, the bigger one, so that it covers it fast. So I'm just going to cover the back part of this, and then okay, that's the alarm. Right, so I need to find, okay, here. Okay, so I just pick one and then stick this here behind it like that. Okay, on this side, you see, it's not going to lie flat, so I can just cut it so that it lies flat. You may have other ways of drafting this, but professionally, this is how it is supposed to be done. Okay, just take this side and then just take this side down, and it's going to lie down like that. So there are so many ways of drafting concepts. Usually, you have to understand your pattern making. If you understand that there are so many ways, the method I'm showing you, I can use that method. I can also use a different method, but then achieve the same results. Okay, there are so many ways. It depends on which one you are comfortable with or which one you think is best for the product or the design that you are doing. So I'm also going to stick it to this side. So whenever you do it this way, you also go ahead and do it this way. All right. So I'm doing it this way also. I'm just wasting it. Mhm. Okay. So this is what I have now. This is my pattern. Now I can lock it by putting one more here. So you just have to cover it well. Just make sure that when you are covering it, by the time you are done with the whole thing, it's not going to come off, or it's not going to feel loose. Okay, it's not going to come off or feel loose when you do it. So when I'm done, all the excesses I have around this, I'm going to cut them away. I'm going to cut all the excesses. So let me just go ahead with the scissors, just cutting all the excesses I have around this. Okay, I don't need them. All right, so there. Okay, so this is it. Now Looking at the style that we have on the for the style for this whole thing, now you can see that if you look at it, you can see that this cap has two divisions. Okay, I'm looking at the style here. The style is um, something like, let's say this is the middle part. Okay, this side is bigger and then this side is smaller. You see, looks like the center part, if you have to choose which side you want to be the center. So if I choose this side to be the center, let me write C here as the center. If I choose this side to be the center, this side, the upper part of the cap is bigger at this side and then small at this side. So usually you have to use a pencil to draw your style first. Use a pencil to draw the style first, and then you can go ahead and then use marker to actually shape it well. Okay, now this is not the only shape that you can draw on the bra cap. Okay, there are so many shapes that you can draw. Okay, you can have one that would have just one seam like this, in it. You can just draw one line like this and it will just be one seam here. Okay, you can also have three and draw straight like this and then divide the bottom into two, so you have 1 2 3. Like, there's millions of styles you can draw on the bra cap. Once you have attached the paper sellotape or the masking tape behind it, there are so many styles you can draft it. Okay, now the bra cap can also be styled. Okay, you can also style the bra cap. Let me take this underbust wire. So I'm just taking this underbust wire out. I just want to show you something. Now, having the bra cap like this, okay, you can style it to any style that you want. Let me look at the camera if it's recording. Okay, it's very important. I don't want to do a cos 90 job, right? Okay, it's recording. So you can have millions of styles. Okay, like plenty of them, right? Plenty of them. And um I can choose to reshape the bra cap. Okay, let me put this one aside and take this one also. Okay, there are so many ways that you can style this bra cap, even though it came in naturally, or let's say from the factory. This is how it looks like. But if I want to fix a dress and I want to shape my cap, I can cut this side. You see, I can cut here and make it a different style. Okay, I can cut it and then this will be my, let me just use the marker, maybe you can understand it that way. I can cut it to let's say like this, and then all here will go away, and then my bra cap will be styled like this. For any style that I want, I'll just cut all this part away, just trim it here, and then my bra cap will be styled. Okay, so you don't have to always use this. When you have a style that has something like this, you can cut this side away, and then any style that you want to take out from here, you can actually do it. Okay, I have done it severally and I know it works. So what the trick is that whenever you are done cutting it away, you don't leave it just like this. When you are done fixing, you have to put your bone back, which means your underbust wire. You have to put your wire back, which means your underbust wire is going to start from this part all the way to this part, which means you are going to have to also shorten your underbust wire as well. Okay, because it's just going to end here, from here to here, right? It's just going to be here from this part here all the way to this part. So there are so many ways you can manipulate your bra cap. Okay, so imagine I have a bra cap like this, very beautiful, very nice. Okay, there are so many ways you can actually style this. Okay, all right. So, and then if you have somebody whose breast is small and then this is the only bra cap you can find, you can also trim it, reduce the size for your client. There are so many ways that you can actually manipulate the bra cap. Okay, but today let's just go on. We are not doing a full corset class, so let's just go on with what we have to do today. So per the design that we have on the page, okay, that we are working on, this is the style line that we are going to need on the, how do you call it, we're going to need for the design. Okay, so basically we are going to have this here. This is going to be our style line for the bra cap. Going to be our style line. Okay, so which means this part is going to be the blue part. Is that the blue? Yeah, this part is going to be the sea blue part, and then here is going to be the nude part. Okay, so let me just call here up, okay, and down. So I'll just draw something we call notches so that I know where exactly I am joining this. Okay, I'm going to point here as the center and point here as the center so that I don't mess them up anyhow I want to put that. Okay, so this is going to be our design. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to now remove it. Okay, I'm going to have to remove this and divide this into two. Divide it, not like divide it, like cut through the style line I have. Okay, the style line I have, like that. And then I'm going to put it on a brown paper like this. Okay, put it down like this. Okay, and I'm going to put this also down. Which now usually when you are done, you're going to have a KB like this. Okay, so what I usually do is I just notch here to give it some kind of freedom. Okay, some kind of freedom, and then I'm going to put it down like this. No, it's too close. Okay, then I'll just stick it like that. Stick it like this. So when I'm done, I'm going to add my allowance to join it. So I'm going to add half of an inch to this side to join it. Okay, half of an inch to join it, and half of an inch to join the whole thing. So I'm just adding half inch all around it. The same thing for this side, half of an inch, half of an inch, half of an inch at the top here also, and then here half of an inch. So when I'm done, I'm done with my patterns. I'm done with it. Okay, I'm so done with it, right? So this is going to be the outer one that when the person wears the corset, she's going to see. Okay, the outer one that is going to cover this side. That's the style you see in the image that we have up in the profile, or the image that you saw online. So that is it. Let's go ahead and then draft lining. We can't leave the inside white like this. Okay, you can do it if you are wearing it by yourself, but for customer sake or for professionalism, you don't need the inside to be white like this, having the back here covered. You also need to cover the middle here. So to do that, usually what I do, personally, okay, let me see if I can find an extra brown paper here. Okay, what I do here, right, so is I fold this into two. This is for the lining. Okay, we are cutting the pattern for the line that is going to finish the inside of the bra cap here. So I fold this into two like this. You know, we don't know how the inside seam looks like, so any style that you give to the inside is all up to you. What matters is we get the design that is outside the cap. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this into two and then put it down like this. Then I'll take my my pencil and trace it. Okay, trace the shape out like that. Okay, so this is what I have. So I'm going to call here the center. Okay, so I need to cut 4 pieces, 2 for each breast or 2 for each cap. So when I'm done, I'm going to add ½ inch to the sides, half of an inch to the sides. Forgive me, okay, I'm not measuring anything here. I'm just using my free hand. Okay, so I'm just adding ½ of an inch all around it. Okay, so I'm going to cut 4 pieces of this, and when I'm done, I'm going to be joining this side together. Okay, so when we get to the sewing, you will see how this one will also look like, how curvy this is also going to look like. Okay, so that's all for the pattern. I'll call this one lining, cap lining, or lining cap. Okay, so this one will also be my pattern. So I'm going to cut this out and cut that out, and then when we get to sewing, we will sew it. So right now we are all set with all the patterns. We will start sewing right away. All right, so I'll see you again in the next class. Have a wonderful day.